Okay, we're live. Sometimes you never know if we're live or if we aren't live, but we never find that out until the end. It would be much better if they just had one simple button to push for our simple people. This is Shabbat coming in very soon now, followed by the commemoration of the destruction of the temples. I say commemoration because that's what it's called. Now, the ninth of the month of Av, which is Sunday, may not be the exact date that both temples were destroyed upon. So what we say is, it's a commemoration of both of them. In fact, historically, the second temple was probably destroyed on the 10th of that month. Why do I bring this up? Well, many rabbis say that one of the big things that caused the disunity of the Jewish people at that time was what we call uh, sinat chinam, which is baseless hatred between groups that divided the Jewish people up so much. We are making the same mistake today. There is a huge fight in the Kotel, which is the Wailing Wall area, who can pray where and why. Now, in the second temple, it was very simply they had courts. They had the court of the priests and the Levite singers. You had the court of the Israeli males. You had the court of the Israeli females, and then you had, very importantly, the court of the Gentile, where all people of all religions and all creeds and all races could come and also pray to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, the God that created the world. Well, today we're having a war over who gets to go where, who gets to go why, because so many things have changed. So much. Who is really a Jew? Well, that's been something that's been divisive for many years, and I always like Ben Gurion's quote about who is a Jew, and I would say it is anybody crazy enough to want to be one is a Jew, at least potentially a Jew. So I got really pissed off, and so I put a certain reply to what's going on the American Channel 7 news, and I'd like to read this to you. I am an Orthodox Jew. However, I understand the position of the non-Orthodox. We are in a situation where our sons and daughters, religious and non-religious alike, Orthodox, conservative, and Reform, all those who would like to convert but their mothers were not Jewish, and yet they serve in the IDF, all are willing to die as Jews in the service of the dream of the Jewish state. There were times when Jewish boys that did not have a Jewish mother were, and therefore not considered Jews, were buried outside of the Jewish military cemetery, or in a special place separate from their Jewish comrades who may have fallen next to them in the field of battle. We owe it to their memory and to the memories of all half and quarter Jews who died in the concentration camps because they had a little bit too much Jewish blood, to show mercy and accept our brothers and our sisters as honored members of our religious community. Are we to place ourselves in the place of God, Hashem, and judge? I believe that if they are good enough to die with us, they are good enough to pray with us. This is food for thought, which I think is very important for us to think about when we're going into the fast and commemoration of the temples that rose in glory and fell in ignominy because of hatred, self-hatred, let's start new. Let's base the Jewish state on compassion and on love and on strength. And let's find ways somehow to come to an agreement about our differences, whether we have to have four halls for different people or whether we have to um, show everybody the courtesy of prayer. What are we? Are we Muslims in control of the Temple Mount that won't let anybody else pray in any way, manner, shape, or form? Or are we Jews, part of a religion that was opened by Abraham and was open to all people? How many people came out of the Exodus from Egypt? How many of them were 100% totally and completely Jewish, do you think? I think that there were an awful lot that came out. Some people say that they're there, but I think that until actually we had to re-pledge ourselves to the one God on Sinai, and we are all there, and we all say, we hear and we obey, then all of the various religions, cults, races became the Jewish race. And now we're approaching a time where we have to once again renew that pledge, all of us throughout the world, and pledge ourselves to the God of Israel, the one God of creation, and find ways that we can live peacefully together and show respect for one another and show respect for this wonderful planet that we've been so fortunate to be gifted with. Shabbat Shalom, and as we say, have an easy fast if you're fasting, and think about things.